All right, Brooklyn, New York, Gleason's gym. We got 12-0. Khalid Twaiti in the house. We're going to talk to him. He just had a fight cancelled. We've got another 2 fights coming up.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about the preparation that you've had. I know you've done a lot of sparring in the last few weeks and just today as well. How are you feeling? What's going on for the next couple of weeks?
I'm feeling great. I'm more than prepared. You know, I had 2 fight camps back to back. Unfortunate circumstances, the fights didn't go through. However, you know, I'm more than ready. It's just worse for the next opponent.
How do you deal with that when you do? What do you do in terms of like to keep yourself ticking over when you do get a cancellation? You don't want to burn out. So do you take a little break and then come back?
I give myself a few days, but I feel like getting burnt out is all mental.
I was just about to say that. It must be more mental.
Everything is more mental.
Yeah.
And as far as there's a little frustration, but alhamdulillah, my faith in Allah is very strong, and I know that everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm always more than ready.
Absolutely. So the fight is in a couple of weeks, or is it when's the next fight?
About, a little over than 2 weeks.
Okay, and that's in South Carolina, right?
South Carolina.
Have you ever traveled before?
I fought in South Carolina and North Carolina.
Okay, that must be good to get the experience just to fight other places to get you prepped for when you do travel.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I've always had the exposure of fighting all over the states already in the amateurs. I fought in many different national tournaments. So that's nothing new to me.
You're born and raised in Brooklyn, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and you were I saw an interview recently, you were just over in the UK as well, and you're a big Prince Naseem fan. I mean, I can see it sometimes in your style, it comes out a little bit. You were also in the Ingle gym.
Right.
Talk to us about that. That's an iconic gym, you know.
I was in the Ingle gym. I mean, it was great to be and just see the space where history was made. You know, Prince Naseem is he's a hero to me and to many.
Yeah, for sure. Legend. Absolute legend.
For sure. And it was also great to meet him.
Oh, you met him?
He's the same exact character that he is.
A character is the right word as well. He's a character. Sure. Amazing fighter. There will never be another one like him, I don't think.
Absolutely not. I mean, guys like him, they're pillars in boxing.
100%.
You know, him, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, those guys are pillars, and they've paved the way for guys like me.
For sure. When you were in the gym, because the Ingle gym just are able to churn out the style, you know, like they obviously have set like Kell Brooks, Johnny Nelson, Prince Naseem, they fight similar, but they have their own style. Did you see anything in the gym that they were doing that made you realize how they developed that style? Because it is amazing how they have this loosey-goosey type style.
I don't really get to
Not that
see
deep.
it. I wasn't that deep into the
I suppose
gym,
you have to be there a long time to really get the gist of it.
I was more there for immediate workouts, so there wasn't like anyone training. It was just the guys that were gonna compete and fight.
Yeah. And you were over there. You had a friend that was competing.
I had
over
a friend, that I also train as well. A lot of you guys are familiar with him. His name is Slim.
Okay. I'll leave his information on and in the description box, so you guys check him out.
For sure, he's a great fighter. He's in the influencer scene, and he's killing it. He's 6-0, 7-0 actually.
Okay.
With 5 knockouts, I believe it is, and he's doing an amazing job. He's taking over, baby.
Yeah.
You know, Brooklyn, we here.
Speaking of Brooklyn, I know he's we talk about Scooby, another stablemate who's also killing it right now. You spar with him a few times. I've seen some sparring sessions.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that and his situation as well, because you guys are coming through together with Don.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful story. Talk to us about the sparring with him.
Scooby's a great fighter. You know, he's a 140-pounder. We've shared the ring a couple of times, but there's a big weight difference.
Size gap, yeah.
So
well, he's quite a big 140 too. He's a solid guy.
My man,
you're bantamweight, right?
Yo, he's backed up. My man Scooby. Yo, he's straight muscle, no fat.
Yeah, no, he is. I mean, I think he's got a fight. Has he got a fight coming up soon? Maybe. I know he just fought a couple months back.
Yeah, he fought.
But
I'm not too sure.
13-9, maybe not. Maybe not in the books, but. So South Carolina, then after that, when you get the victory there, you got another fight in Newark.
After that, I'm looking forward to going straight back in the ring 3 weeks after that in Newark, New Jersey. So I'm looking to close 14-0 before Ramadan. Ramadan is March 11th. Okay. So that's like my new year.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah.
I go to about a year for every Ramadan, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So I just want to be able to show the world that I'm here to take over and
Yes, I love it. So after that, then it gets deep waters, then it gets serious, right? When you get these 2 next victories,
right.
Now we're talking.
I mean, I've been looking to step up in the competition, to really step and fight the bigger dogs.
Yeah.
But I'm currently not signed, so we're just being patient with that a little bit.
You say not signed, so it makes it harder to get ranked and stuff like that. Is that what you mean?
Not harder to get ranked, but it's not as easy.
It
makes it a little more difficult to get certain fights.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine the politics in this sport. It's like, it's a wild west, basically.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Boxing is like the streets.
Yeah. Speaking of the streets, I'm trying to get an interview with Kat soon as well. He trains you a little bit as well, does he?
Yeah.
And also, I saw you on the pads with Andre Rozier.
Yeah.
Just a random clip that I saw. How was that training with him? I love his interviews. I think he's a great trainer.
As far as Kat, he actually was my first ever trainer.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was my trainer for like the first year.
Was that the first Gleasons? The old Gleasons? I remember when I went there. You must have been a teenager back then.
Yeah.
And do you still live in Barham Hill? You live around there? We used to live right around the corner from each other.
Right around the corner from Goins.
Okay. Yeah. So Kat was in the old gym and trained you first. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know Kat until I got to this gym.
Right. So with Kat, and as far as Andre Rozier, it's always good to like branch out and just see different styles and work with different people. It opens new perspectives.
Absolutely. Sure.
But currently my trainer is Don Saxby.
That's right, yeah, Don, the man. Talk to us about how your styles gel and what your style of boxing is too, because you've got a very cerebral mind, right? And good timing and speed as well. And how does that match up with Don's training? It seems like a match made in heaven, really.
Hit and not get hit. That's how you win fights.
Yeah.
But if you do want to slug, I'm here. Ready for it.
I noticed that earlier you were trying to bang with that guy, and it's good to have that versatility and that dog, but also you need to back up on the intelligence.
Absolutely. Sometimes he was a little bigger than me, so I try not to engage too much.
Right.
Because you don't want to get caught up in anything, but
you can if you need to.
My heart is there, man. The heart of the Yemeni is there.
Yeah. Well, look, I've got 1 or 2 more questions before I let you go, bro. I appreciate your time.
Of course.
But I'm working on a documentary for some of the best fighters to come out of Brooklyn.
Okay.
I would love to get your opinion on who you think. Doesn't have to be an older fighter, maybe someone that you grew up in the scene, but top 3 or 4 fighters from Brooklyn. Who would you say would be
ever
up?
Or like?
I guess so. I guess maybe both. Maybe to make it fairer, because if
it was as of recently, I would definitely have to say Saddam Ali, David Jacobs.
Yep. Did you ever spar Saddam Ali? Or was it
Curtis Stevens? I actually never sparred.
Yeah. Okay. Curtis Stevens, that's right. Yeah. And then the older heads, Riddick Bowe, the likes of them.
Riddick Bowe, Mike Tyson.
So I'm trying to sit down with Kat as well. I'm sure he knows all those guys. Riddick Bowe said that he was like the best fighter that he ever knew.
Yeah, Kat was a beast. He just had his own problems outside.
Of course.
Outside of the gym.
I was reading that an article from like 10 years ago, and some of the stories are almost unbelievable what he went through.
For sure.
And I'm just like, wow, I can't believe he actually still here to survive, and he's just at peace. He's just a calm dude, and he's got just the craziest stories. I'll try and get a sit down with him soon. But for now, if there's any last words you want to give any of the fans out there, go ahead.
I want to thank everybody for coming out all the time and supporting me. Even if you don't come out and you support me, I thank you guys. And to all the critics and haters, I thank you too. You gotta thank everybody. And for sure, all glory always goes to Allah.
Please. Well, thanks for tuning in, bro. I appreciate your time. Gratitude to you. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and comment. See you next time.
Boxing.
see.